organic, unpredictable, unknown, lovely, beautiful, a sense of fulfillment. This is part of the pleasures of life and not the chores of life.
Coming up on Daily Iowan TV.
The Pendercrest peppered with backpacks today, how one student group wants to end silence on suicide.
And it's Earth Day. We take a look at a student group that's eco-friendly all year round.
And in sports, what one former hoop star is doing after basketball.
Daily Iowan TV starts now. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Matt Starnes.
And I'm Brianna Jett.
Backpacks, backpacks, and more backpacks. You may have seen quite a few of them on campus today, this afternoon rather. Our own Jordan Mickle found out how one student organization is using these backpacks as a way to send silence packing.
Over 1,000 backpacks were on display this afternoon to represent the number of college students lost to suicide each year. Student organization Active Minds worked with the Crisis Center to give a visual representation of the scope of the problem of suicide on college campuses.
About 1 to 2 students on our campus die by suicide each year. About 1 in 3 students can benefit from services that we offer. You don't have to be in a crisis. You can just talk if you need someone to support you or anything like that.
All of the backpacks here today were donated by survivors, so family members and friends that have lost someone to suicide. Some of them have personal stories and that kind of thing.
These backpacks are traveling to nearly a dozen universities throughout the spring. Sam Cochran, director of University Counseling Service, said that only 1 of every 5 students that need counseling choose to pursue it.
When you think about it, that's just a lot of students that are struggling and suffering out there that could benefit from counseling and that don't know where we are or don't know how to get the help. And so my hope is that more and more students will realize if the need arises to come and get help.
We also want to help students feel that they're not alone if they're struggling. And that there are tons of resources available for help.
Members of Active Minds hope students will be more aware of the help they can get and that free counseling is available for anyone in need. Jordan Mickle, Daily Iowan TV.
It's Earth Day, and that means recycling is a big talking point for environmentalists. In that spirit, one University of Iowa student group preached the importance of reusable shopping bags. The UI Environmental Coalition flooded the Ped Mall, encouraging Iowa City residents to trade in their plastic bags for a free, reusable alternative. Many people turn to these plastic bags for convenience, but the group says most shoppers don't realize how many resources are needed to make these bags.
It's important to recycle them or even to not use them so you don't have to recycle them, because there's a lot of energy used to make them, and then what you get back in the product that is recycled isn't that much in comparison.
The coalition gave residents the opportunity to pledge their loyalty to the use of these eco-friendly bags in hopes of reducing the amount of plastic bags in the area. The UI's Environmental Coalition says a ban on plastic bags in Iowa City will not be needed as long as more people turn to the reusable options.
While most student groups celebrated Earth Day by advocating for the community to be more sustainable, the UI student gardeners took a different approach. They gardened. Daily Iowan TV's Taylor Smith has the story.
The urban atmosphere of Iowa City may not seem like the ideal place to garden, but some students think differently.
So we come out here, which is an area right off the hawk lots, and we garden.
Since 2012, the UI student gardeners have been growing many types of organic produce on campus. Along with growing, the group focuses on different aspects of food production that are essential for getting the food from the garden to the consumers.
Again, not just growing it, but marketing it, processing it, all of the things, distributing it, all the things that go into the food chain are barely being tapped here.
And in terms of distribution, the student gardeners send their products to places like the university's River Room. By incorporating the produce into everyday locations, the gardeners have noticed more people paying attention to their food.
So people taking a better vested interest in their food is a really great idea, and it's showing up a lot here on campus now.
Because of the growth and interest, the student gardeners will be hosting many upcoming events for students interested in growing produce. Taylor Smith, Daily Iowan TV.
Thank you, Taylor. Today, Iowa City has been full of events related to the environment, and people all over the world are celebrating the eco-friendly holiday by cleaning up outside, using less energy, and more. For tonight's Street Chatter, we'll hand it over to Daily Iowan TV's Aaron Faust to see what the earth-friendly conversation was on campus.
That's right, guys. This was the 44th Earth Day in history. The purpose of the day is to get people to think about our world's environmental challenges. This specific year focused on increasing number of people living in suburban and city areas. And with larger amount of people moving to these types of areas comes a larger desire to make these communities more sustainable. I went out and talked with students about their awareness of what day it is today and if they did anything a little more eco-friendly.
Yes, it's totally Earth Day.
No, I didn't know about the Earth Day.
No. Unfortunately, no.
Well, I don't drink from plastic bottles very often.
I'm gonna go recycle more stuff.
I use like plastic bottles. I reused my Arizona iced tea bottle for water today.
Not much, honestly. I just know that it's Earth Day, so.
Yeah, well, I know you're supposed to do, I don't know, earthly good things that are good for the earth. I don't know, celebrate the environment and stuff.
Tons of activities are taking place all over the world. It was nice to see you Iowa students and the campus coming together to make our city a little more green. If you want to share with us some of your special eco-friendly activities, you can tweet us at DITV News. Happy Earth Day. Brianna, Matt, back to you.
Still to come on Daily Iowan TV, 3 strikes and you're out. That was the case for the Johnson County Justice Center, but the courthouse and jail aren't calling it quits just yet. Their new idea coming up.
And in sports, a look ahead at the weekend in Iowa baseball.
But first, we'll hand it over to our own Jordan Mickle for a look at the week's weather. What a great day to celebrate Earth Day. Jordan, do you remember the holiday?
Yes, of course I remembered, and thankfully the weather will be getting even better throughout the week. Tomorrow morning will be mostly cloudy with temperatures around 47 degrees. The afternoon brings a 50% chance of rain with increased temperatures of 55 degrees, but temps will decline into the evening to about 51 degrees. Now let's take a look at the extended forecast. Warm weather is heading our way with a high of 63 degrees on Thursday and a 90% chance of precipitation. Friday brings clear skies with highs of 74 degrees and lows of 43. Saturday will be absolutely beautiful with clear skies and high temperatures of 68 degrees. Get out your umbrellas and rain boots because April showers are on the way. Sunday brings high temps of 65 degrees with a 40% chance of precipitation, while Monday will shower Iowa City with the 60% chance of thunderstorms and high temps of 60 degrees. It looks like that's all I have in the weather studio tonight. Back to you guys at the desk.
The proposed expansion to the Johnson County Justice Center failed 3 times, but that doesn't mean that other proposals won't move forward. I sat down with Johnson County Sheriff Lonnie Polkrabek to talk about plans for upcoming renovations to the existing jail. According to Sheriff Lonnie Polkrabek, the Johnson County Jail has been overcrowded for more than a decade, with inmates being shipped to different counties at costs sometimes amounting to more than $1 million per year. But the jail has started to develop other issues besides a lack of capacity that will soon get the attention they need.
We think the internal refurb with the wiring, the locks, the control center, all that being done, we think that's going to be in the range of $1 to $1.5 million, and the rest of the stuff will be on top of that.
Polkrabek said that in addition to replacing alarms and cell door locks and fully computerizing the control center, there are other pressing infrastructure and security problems that need to be addressed.
Some other things that they're looking at, of course, is the HVAC system, the roof. There's a huge generator that operates the sheriff's office if we would lose power. Obviously, we can't lose power. And so that generator is at the end of its life, and so that needs to be replaced. And so that's where you're at the $2 to $3.5 million.
Polkrabek's description of an extensive inside and out renovation of the Johnson County Jail means that inmates would likely be displaced over the summer to complete renovations before football season begins. While renovations on the jail are likely to move forward this summer, any improvement to the courthouse, including the $31 million annex proposal, will likely have to wait until November.
10 universities will be awarded $6 million by the study of climate change and what it means for the future of agriculture. The grants were announced Tuesday at Drake University during a conference about climate change. The UI was not chosen to receive a grant, but the few that did include Iowa State University, the University of Minnesota, and Michigan State University. Now we're going to toss it over to Jalen Socek to update us on everything black and gold.
Hey guys, Jalen Socek flying solo tonight in the Daily Iowan TV Sports Studio. We'll let you know if there will be Iowa football after dark in a bit, but first we start off with Slime Time himself. The former Hawkeye has kept himself busy since wrapping up his playing career in Carver Hawkeye Arena. I caught up with a senior to see how he's spreading the slime movement in Iowa City. Here inside Carver Hawkeye Arena, Melson Basabi dominated on the court for the past 4 seasons, leading the team in blocks for 3 of those. Though he may never wear a Hawkeye jersey on this court again, he is sporting a new uniform that comes with a message. Successful life involves maintaining excellence.
It's a message to anybody that, whatever you're doing, whether it be basketball, you want to be a doctor, even if you're a pharmacist, working in a grocery store, whatever you're doing, you could do it at a high level and be successful at whatever your passion is, art, music, there's no limits to it, and that's really what my message is, because that's what I live by.
There may be more slime clothing in the future, but it's not a clothing line that Basabi wants to start.
I want to turn it into summer camps, clinics, just really whatever endeavor I take part in. I want slime to be like, that's my brand, that's what I represent, because I said it could mean anything.
But slime isn't just a message Basabi wants to pass on to friends and fans. It's a message for both his family and himself.
I want to be able to show my daughter, just a good work ethic and success. And like I said, I anticipate having more children. I'm not saying I'm expecting one, or I don't know when it's going to happen, but I want to show all my kids, in the future, that daddy built something, and that, just show them good value so I could pass something on to them so they could be successful in life.
Basabi promises that there's much more surprises up his sleeves, and he has plans to launch his website early in May.
Everybody is slime now. It's like I consider everybody who supports me to be slime, the slime family.
You can catch Basabi at the Jubilee Community Center April 25th at 5:30 p.m. where he'll be selling his limited edition slime t-shirts. A portion of all proceeds will go to benefit the center. Big Ten Network announcing its slate of night games for the upcoming football season. And for the second straight year, Iowa got snubbed out of the game under the lights. Newcomers Rutgers and Maryland both receiving home games under the lights. Also missing from the list, Iowa's fellow West Division team, Wisconsin. There's still the possibility that Iowa's trip to Pitt could be a late kickoff when the ACC announces its primetime schedule. We'll move from the gridiron to the diamond as we bring in Daily Iowan baseball reporter Ryan Rodriguez. Heller squad matched their win total of 22 with 15 games left this season. Why such a drastic turnaround?
Well, there's been a lot of changes, but I think if I had to pick the one, it would probably be the offensive change. I mean, you're talking about a team that was dead last in pretty much every offensive category last year and has come back and is now hitting the second best batting average in the Big Ten Conference. So there's really been a dramatic turnaround there.
All right, the Hawks are getting a big break from their Big Ten action for the next 5 games. What do they need to do to build off their series win against Minnesota?
Well, that's what I just said. They got to keep the bats going. Iowa's a team that's relied on a couple late comebacks this year. They've gotten a couple big innings out of the middle of their lineup. So if they stay confident at the plate, they should fare just as well as they've been doing.
All right, thanks for your time, Ryan. That's all we have time for today. Tune in to tomorrow's show for sound from football media availability and another edition of What It Takes. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Jalen. And only with Daily Iowan TV can you get a sneak peek into tomorrow's pages of the Daily Iowan.
Congressional candidate Dr. Marionette Miller-Meeks. She's meeting and speaking with campus Republicans tomorrow. Read about their discussion.
And a growing interest. Young adults ages 18 to 35 are gardening more than ever. Learn how millennials are discovering their green thumbs.
Well, that's all we have for you tonight. Catch up with us tomorrow night at the same time or anytime online at dailyiowan.com.
Have a great night.
Want a major that'll take you somewhere?
I joined and now I'm in Los Angeles, California, interning for Conan O'Brien at Warner Brothers Studios.
I joined and now I'm working in public relations for diabetes research.
SJC.
Can't pick up a copy of the Daily Iowan? Are you worried about how you're going to find out about the latest news in Iowa City and the University of Iowa? Well, look no further. You can download the Daily Iowan mobile app on your iPhone for the area's best news coverage. And you can also read and watch us on your iPad. You can always find current and past Daily Iowan stories at dailyiowan.com. The Daily Iowan is now on TV, online, and in your pocket. If it happens, it's news to us.